Welcome back to Living 808. Now, all week long, we have been featuring the newest luxury building that is coming up in Kaka'ako, Ālia. And today, we're talking about the gorgeous design. Adam Woltag, lead architect and partner at WRNS Studio, joins us now with all the details. Aloha.
Aloha.
Thanks so much for being here. Now, we've been seeing some of the images and gorgeous job.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on everything.
We're thrilled with it.
Okay, now a big thing that we've been realizing is that there's a lot of nature, I feel like, that was in mind with this. Why do you think that was important to have nature in the design?
You know, for WRNS Studio, we've always been very committed to sustainable environments, from the very beginning of our firm. And we really believe that architects really need to understand about the resources that they're using. It's fundamental to how we design sustainable buildings. So from the very start of our practice, we've applied that to all the projects we've worked on. It's who we are, it's part of our DNA, and it's something we've been able to apply here at Ālia.
And I think one of the most important things is when you mention the material, and something that's so impressive with this is the concrete that was used. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is a fantastic opportunity to look at using concrete in a slightly different way to kind of reduce our carbon footprint. So we're going to be using some new technologies that are going to be really helping reduce our overall demands on the environment. It's fantastic.
That's so great. And then now let's talk about the look itself. That iconic weave pattern. Yeah. How did that come to be?
That's really interesting because the weave has become kind of a focal point of the aesthetic of the building, but it's really a very practical solution to solving kind of heat gain and comfort. So the undulating facade of that building is really designed to provide shade and pre-cool that building. Shade is something we all need here, obviously in Honolulu, yeah.
Definitely, it's warm. And so I love how there was so much attention to detail in kind of every aspect.
Yeah, and so the undulating facade is something that was really also about kind of two separate things, which is wonderful. One, it was about maximizing the living spaces of the units. The lanais are about getting residents outside to enjoy the outdoors and connect to views. But it's also really about kind of shading the overall facade and also offering residents the opportunity to passively cool their residences.
Nice. And let's talk a little bit more about that, because it seems like the trade wind flow is able to get in there a bit more too, right?
Yes, we're very lucky to be able to rotate the tower to align with the trade winds. And that does a number of things. It gives residents the opportunity to allow those trade winds to help kind of cool their units and also provide natural ventilation, which is fantastic.
Yeah, wonderful. And of course, not only does it lower the cost for the residents, but it's also better for the environment, right? They're not having to crank their AC all the time. They're not needing to use so much electricity.
It is. Just looking at AC, it's staggering how much electricity air conditioning uses. So giving residents the choice to passively cool their residences is a win.
Definitely. Yeah. And let's talk about, because I mean, it is a gorgeous luxury condo. Let's talk about how luxury and the thoughtful design kind of go hand in hand with this project.
Yeah, at the very beginning of the project, we knew that Ālia had to be, to feel luxurious. That was definitely a mandate from the start. And as a team, we gathered collectively to try to define what luxury means here in this case. And what we found is that luxury really isn't about an object. It's not a veneer. We found that it's something much more meaningful and much more authentic. And we found that it's really about offering experiences and opportunities. So not an object, but opportunity. And so we've taken tremendous thought and care into designing this building that's going to give a tremendous amount of amenity opportunities for the residents.
Yeah, and with that in mind, I mean, fast forward a few years, what are you hoping that residents take away from their experience living at Ālia?
It would be wonderful if the residents felt that they're part of a thriving and sustainable community, in a building that supported and enhanced their daily lives, and where beauty and luxury just comes naturally. That would really be a wonderful takeaway for the project.
Yeah, and this project, I mean, it is, again, so incredible. I was just curious, what would you say are you most proud of with it?
It's a really good question, and thought a lot about it. Our whole team has, and I think we are really ecstatic about the kind of the congruence or the blending together of beauty and sustainability and luxury, having all these things come together. We think it's going to be very unique offering here in Kaka'ako.
And you really can tell how much thoughtfulness went into that design and luxury pairing. And speaking of the design, let's dive a little deeper into that.
Ālia also features Carbon Cure Concrete, which is injected with a specialized mix of captured carbon. This strengthens the concrete and removes an average of 25 pounds of CO2 from the environment for every cubic meter used. Extensive photovoltaics that will produce an estimated 700,000 kilowatts per year. That's the same amount of energy used by 110 Hawaii homes annually. We've also included 5 Level 3 electric vehicle charging stations, which can deliver up to 350 kilowatts of power and fully charge a typical EV in just 15 minutes. Electric car and scooter share will also be located on-site, creating a carbon-reducing approach to short-distance trips. And last but not least, we've brought nearly 2 acres of open space to life, ensuring that nature can always be found in abundance at Ālia. By creating a holistic system that works with the natural environment at every level, we've redefined what's possible and have created a tower that is luxurious, sustainable, fiscally responsible, and will endure for generations to come.
Wow, so gorgeous. Now, again, we've been featuring this all week long. You learned a lot right then. But for those who want to learn more information, want to check out more, where can we go?
They can visit the sales office at Ala Moana Shopping Center, or they can visit our website at Ālia888alamoana.com.
Perfect. And we'll have a link to their website on our website at KHON2.com under the Living 808 tab. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. All right, so much more when Living 808 returns. Stay with us.